Nice to see so many humans working for CSEC.
CSEC seems more like a military operation than a police force.
Welcome back to Let's Play Mass Effect. We are at CSEC Academy, and we have more assignments and more action to get to. Hooray. Also, I'm going to be doing a little min-maxing of XP, and I can show you how that works, though it's pretty boring. And it really doesn't yield very much, but this is insanity. I want to level up early and often. So, anyway, one of the reasons we couldn't talk to Barlavan is because he would have told us about Rex. We wouldn't have been able to avoid that. I mean, it's not like we could just go in there and talk about the Shadow Broker and avoid the Rex part. And the fact that he would have talked about Rex would have meant that Rex would have been right over there in the way of that passageway, and we wouldn't have been able to avoid picking him up. And honestly, I think his dialogue's a little bit better if you do wait. So yeah, that's why all that happened. So we're free to come up here now, and you can see Chelik's exclamation point on the radar. We'll hit that up soon, but let's go over here first.
Okay, Jalid. Let me get this straight. Your business partner, Chorban, he's threatened you?
Well, no, not exactly. But he wants to meet with me. I think he's going to kill me.
And why do you think that?
I can't really get into the details. But Chorban will kill me if I leave here unprotected.
I can't help you. Not unless you give me something more to go on.
I can't. I'm sorry.
Then I've got other work to do.
But
nothing. Don't bother me unless you're willing to give me details.
It's a little Volus. Hello there, fella.
Hey there. Oh, you're not CSEC, are you? Did you want something?
What are you doing here?
I am Jalid. I came here to seek aid from the authorities, but they won't listen to me. My colleague is trying to kill me, and I thought we were friends.
How do you know he wants you dead?
He's changed. He won't talk to me at work anymore, and he started following me. Yesterday, he followed me all the way home, just waiting for a chance. I don't care what anyone thinks. He wants me gone. I know it.
Is there something I can do? Talk to your friend, maybe?
Would you? That's all I want. Someone to talk to him. Tell him to leave me alone. He thinks he can just push me around, but you'll show him, won't you?
Just tell me where he is and I'll go find him.
Oh, right. Well, he wanted to meet with me down in the wards near the markets. He said he just wanted to talk, but I know better. His name's Chorban. He's a salarian. You shouldn't have any trouble. He's just a scientist. Well, good luck.
And this is Jalid, and thanks to our ability to see the names of people we haven't yet spoken to, we already know about this guy named Chorban. In fact, he was the one up at the tower. He was studying that keeper up there. We didn't talk to him, so he won't know us when we meet him again. Anyway, we got the new assignment. It's called Citadel Jalid's Fears. You met a Volus scientist named Jalid. He's in the CSEC offices and refuses to leave for fear that his life is in danger. I mean, who knew that two scientists could cause such intrigue? He claims that his colleague, a salarian named Chorban, is trying to kill him. The details are a bit vague. And we can meet him in the lower markets. So, of course, we'll be going there. But first, let's go see Chelik.
Detective Chelik, come into my office. I want to discuss this in private.
Of course, we're following up on the lead we got there from Kor's Den when we tried to tell Jenna to get out of there. He told us that if we wanted to know more, we would need to come here. So here we are.
No offense, Commander, but what the hell were you thinking?
Watch your tone, Chelik.
You could have blown Jenna's cover.
We were there to help her.
I gathered that. It might seem cold letting her take all the risk, but we're keeping a close eye on her.
It's too dangerous. You need to find another way.
It's not that simple, Shepard. This job isn't easy and it's usually unpleasant. I'll take help anywhere I can find it. But since you're so concerned with her safety, maybe there's a way we can help each other.
Always playing the angles, Detective?
It's part of the job. Now, are you gonna help me or not?
So of course, if you want to pull Jenna out of Kor's den without doing any extra work, all you need is the right amount of intimidate or charm, and you can be done with it. But we like work.
I'll help you, but I need some details.
I'm trying to track down an illegal arms producer. I just need some of their product. Thanks to Jenna's intel, I've learned there's a cellar here on the Citadel. Meet our man named Jax. Pick up the mods and bring them back here. That'll give me everything I need.
Why are you so concerned about these mods?
We have access to some of the most sophisticated weaponry there is. It's what gives us our edge. What do you suppose happens when we lose that edge?
These give criminals an advantage we can't afford to let them keep.
I'll persuade Jax to tell me where these mods are coming from.
No. You tip Jax off and all my leads will disappear faster than you can say bad bust.
Where can I find this Jax?
Jax is down in the lower level of the markets. I'll send word through our channels that you're the buyer. Good luck, Commander.
Alright, and that assignment now has been renamed. Citadel Rita's sister in Chelik. Jenna is working for Detective Chelik at CSEC. Chelik is adamant that he needs Jenna to stay put, but he suggested a solution that might allow her to leave. He wants us to pick up a weapon shipment from the arms dealers in the lower wards markets. He doesn't want you to cause any trouble. So of course, what he really said was, we don't want him tipped off. And I can think of some creative ways to cope with a tip-off situation. I'm sure we won't have any trouble at all. And also, it's convenient that both Chorban and Jax are in the lower markets, so they'll be in the same spot. That's very convenient. Actually, one is facing you if you approach from the markets, and the other is from the upper markets, and the other is facing you if you approach from Kor's den. So I'm gonna face Jax first, so it's easier. I don't know, it looks better, I guess, if you approach from upstairs. Alright, while I'm here, I'm going to go ahead and do a quick switch up. I have only round 1 chemical rounds, rank 1. I think Ashley's using rank 2. Yep. So I'll put the rank 1 on her. Put the rank 2 on me, because I tend to be the one that does more shooting. Also, I just noticed I had 380 credits, which means I can buy the license we skipped earlier here.
Welcome back, Earth Clan. Will you be needing supplies for your return to the colonies?
Show me what you've got.
Most excellent. I am sure you will find something pleasing.
Oh yes, this pleases me greatly. Alright, so that means we're going to have 2 places where we can get cheap red guns. If we need them. Of course, it's not helpful to us right now, but that's okay. It's good to grab stuff while you're thinking of it. That's how you tend to forget. Anyway, Jax is facing us right here, and that's Chorban facing the other way. And you can, if you don't plan to fight, you can dispatch with both of these guys, one right after the other. But if you want to fight, typically what happens is the fight starts and then the other party disappears. Sometimes they respawn, but I know for a fact Chorban will always stay despawned. I mean, it's kind of the game's way of protecting him from the fight, I guess. I don't think he'd be an enemy. It would just be weird for him to be standing there. But yeah, you have to actually leave and come back to get him to respawn, which is fine. Also, let's just quickly make sure we're all holding the right guns. Assault rifle and pistol, good. Somehow that doesn't rankle him at all. Also, saving is a good idea. I mean, unlike the Kor's den entrance where we had ledges, there's no way to avoid a traditional fight here. So
hold it. That's close enough, Army. You got my payment?
Of course, the way to avoid the fight, if you want, is to actually pay him.
Do you have the X mods?
Show him the merchandise.
Yeah, that looks right.
Damn straight it is. These mods are the best on the market. Now hand over my credits.
So if you want to pay him and be on your way, you can just select this option, but you can also select this one, and I recommend it, if for fun once at least.
I'll just take the weapons.
The hell are you playing at?
Because you can tell him you're just kidding and pay him and you'd be on your way. He's not very amused by that, but it's still cute. Anyway, we want to fight.
Sorry, Jax. This is the end for you.
Stupid ass boy. Kill him.
We'll drop a quick sabotage there. Also notice that we have full access to the full upper markets here. And in fact, if we had gone all the way up to the top of the stairs, the enemies down here would have just despawned. Now, it doesn't mean that the fight's over or anything like that, but it does give you the option to recharge all your powers, while at the same time, the enemies can't. I mean, they're despawned, so they're not actually recharging. That's kind of handy, but it still feels like an, oh shit, escape route, so I'm going to avoid it if I can. Alright, how about a little lift, start things off. Yep. There's some pretty high level enemies here. A little sabotage. Now, krogan tend to regenerate, but there were a couple things at play there that kept him from doing that. One is that he was in a ragdoll state from the singularity and falling. That would have been good enough, but also because we were using chemical rounds that gave him toxic damage, and toxic damage will keep krogan from regenerating too. And that's pretty handy because the regen is absolute. I mean, they get a complete recharge on health, and usually it's an automatic immunity too. So anyway, this guy's not threatening, so I'm going to recharge my powers real quick. Let's finish off the job here. Yes,
That's it. Bag him and tag him.
The merchants all just duck. I mean, they're not panicked. It's totally business as usual. Yep, firefights all the time. I'm literally going to sit this one out. Anyway, just 3 ERCS stuff. All crap, except maybe this is fine. Let's take a look real quick for Ashley. How's it look? It's actually pretty nice looking armor, so slight loss in protection, but with extra shields, so sure. Okay, like I said, Chorban disappears, even though he's still kind of marked there on the radar. So, let's just actually head back to CSEC and tell Chellick. Actually, if you look at the journal, it's a little bit strange the first time this happened. It says return the shipment to Chellick. Now, we didn't pay for it, so there was no reason that they would have actually handed it to us. So we must have plucked it off one of their corpses. But, you know, typically when you do that, you know, the game actually gives you a notice that you did that. But anyway. One other somewhat important thing to note here is that you are able at this moment to go talk to Rita, but I strongly urge you not to. If you talk to Rita before you return the shipment to Chellick, that assignment will never get finished. It's just weird that way. It's kind of a bug. But yeah, when you come back to Chellick later, he'll just either just ignores you or something. I mean, you just can't return it to him then. So yeah, don't do that.
What the hell happened down there, Commander?
Quit your whining. Here's your shipment.
Damn it! I've got to get on this right away, before Jax's superiors get wind of his death.
What about our deal?
Jenna will be removed from harm's way. You've put me in a bit of a bind here, Commander. See yourself out when you're ready.
Yeah, we get some nice Renegade from that. We get a nice XP reward. We actually could have gotten slightly more XP right here if we had returned the shipment without fighting. But then you miss out on the XP down at the fight. So, I mean, you end up still better off here. And that Renegade reward brings me kind of close to my first Intimidate point. Not quite there yet. Also, this is where the min-maxing is going to come into play. 2072, so we're 18 XP away from the next level. And that's just where I wanted to be. It's like, well, you'll see why. But also, isn't it strange that even though Chellick was kind of unhappy with how things ended up there, I mean, the assignment never gives that, the write-up here, the summary never gives that away. It just says you worked out a deal with Chellick and Jenna's out of Core's Den now. I mean, there's nothing that says you really screwed this one up, Shepard. You didn't need to do that. Now CSEC's in a bad position or something. Also, one other thing that's kind of unique. I mean, the whole point of that mission was so that Chella could see the mod, so that he could see what kind of advances are being made. But the truth is, if you do this assignment without fighting, Chellick will say that he doesn't need the mod, and he gives it to you. And it's just a standard mod. There's nothing unique about it. I mean, that would have been more interesting, I think, if you could have picked up something rare, or, you know, something high level, maybe. That would have made the decision, do you want the XP or do you want the really high level rare mod? It would have made it more difficult to decide how to run that assignment. But anyway, we're headed back to see Chorban now, so I'm going to face him at the doorway towards Kor's Den. Right through here. Alright, so this is slightly different than if you had talked to Chorban. He would know you, and so he wouldn't be standing there alone, and he wouldn't be standing with his pistol drawn. But the fact that we don't know him has him more on an offensive thinking mindset or whatever, and his two bodyguards are actually hidden away. But the interesting thing is that the bodyguards are really low-level enemies. They're really easy to kill, so they're only worth 14 XP each, which is 28 XP, which is it's going to be very important to kill them first so that I level up, and then when I level up, then taking out Chorban here will be worth a lot more. That's the min-maxing that I'm doing here, and it's crazy. You only gain like a couple XP at a time when you do this, but over 59 levels up throughout a course of a game, it does add up. So anyway, the other thing to note is that Chorban is a surprisingly high level enemy. He's the same XP as an armature, which we haven't even seen yet. He is super strong, and the thing is that's unique about him is that he's got both biotic and tech, so he's kind of like a salarian sentinel, but he can overheat your weapon and then ragdoll you, one right after the other, and you can be dead very quickly. So it's going to be very important to bring all of our biotics into this. So anyway.
Hold it right there. Just throw me the data and you can walk away.
Also, I probably should have saved. Hopefully this will go okay.
Drop your weapons, now.
I don't think so, human.
I'll ask you one more time. Give me the data and you and Jalid will live to see another day.
Luckily, even though I'm holding my shotgun, it's not actually the gun I'm going to be using when we get out of this, so...
Come and get it, Salarian. It'll be the last mistake you make.
Fine. Have it your way. Boys?
Okay, so yeah, there's, we have, right now, we have, I think 7 points, 6 points of, throw. It's like just ahead of advanced throw. We're not quite there yet. And, so yeah, and throw is really effective against low-level enemies here, so... He's dead. He's dead, and I leveled up. Chorban is green smoke.
Wait, I give up. I give up. Please don't kill me.
That reconstitution from green smoke to a fully realized Salarian body, that's pretty good. I told you this guy was impressive.
Sorry, I can't put my gun away until the job is done.
No! Look! Jalid can have the data. I don't want it. Not if it means I'm gonna die.
So why is this data so valuable?
I thought you knew. He said you were going to deliver it.
And what exactly was I supposed to be delivering?
It's the initial data from scanning the Keepers. You see, we stole some research from our work to make the scanners. We were supposed to work together. I get the data, he analyzes it.
That's what all this fuss is about?
The Keepers are almost impossible to scan, and you can't capture them or get samples. They just self-destruct. After centuries here, we still don't know anything about them. Don't you see? We were the first to scan them, ever.
That doesn't explain why you're trying to kill your partner.
I'm not trying to kill him. Jalid's job was to disseminate our initial findings. But he decided to keep the data for himself. Maybe to sell it. I don't know.
I should kill both of you idiots.
We lost our heads. We just couldn't let an opportunity like this pass us by. But it doesn't matter now. I just want to live. I don't care if I ever see that data again.
So because we never talked to Chorban up in the tower, we have 3 options we have available to us. First is to just ask him about scanning, and we can pick up the Scan the Keepers assignment here. It'd be pretty much the same as if we had met him in the tower. We also can pull our gun again, and we can shoot him again and kill him again, and this time he will stay green smoke. That's a pretty renegade way to go, but you don't get any extra XP for that, so really no point in that. Or we can just simply say, get the hell out of here.
I suggest you stick to research and leave the espionage to the rest of us.
Well, I won't. Or I will. Stick to research, that is. Thank you. Goodbye.
What about Jalid?
Let's go have a talk with our chubby friend.
Are Volus actually chubby, or is it just those pressure suits that make him look so? I don't know. Anyway, we did level up. Hooray. I am chasing... Light armor unlocked. Okay, so that's the only place, I think, where you see that reference. It was some point renamed basic armor, which is good. I mean, it's kind of confusing since you start in light armor that you would need to unlock it somehow. But yeah, I mean, this is something we'll talk about a little bit later. But what I want is advanced marksman right now. So I'm almost there. We have earned heavy armor at last, so we can continue to approach getting immunity for Ashley, which is great. And yeah, we had 7 points in throw, and now we have 8. And even though that's only 100 newtons of extra force, there's a new set of enemies now that will be affected by throw, so that's definitely worth it. But from now on, we're going to be chasing Master Overload with Caden. Okay, cool. Any guns? Ooh, another assault rifle, a red one. I have a red one. Ashley, she doesn't have a red one. But let's put this on Caden. For now. Okay. Go back to see Jalid. Finish up this assignment. I'm sure the journal was updated here. Called Jalid's secret now. Chorban ambushed you, but you let him off with a warning. Before he left, he told you Jalid didn't tell you the whole truth. He and Chorban were stealing from the company they work for and doing illegal research on the Keepers. So yeah, I mean, basically, what the implication there is that Jalid told us that this guy was trying to kill him. We were to go down there and dispatch him, but then when we got there, Chorban basically said, "Where's this data you promised?" Meaning that Jalid had talked to him saying, I'm sending someone down there to give you this data. So it's like he really wanted us to be both mad at each other and kill each other or whatever. Now, this is not a nice guy here.
Hello again. Did you have any luck finding Chorban?
I found out you've been lying to me, Jalid.
Lying? Why would I lie to you?
What about the Keeper data?
He told you? I didn't mean for any of this to happen. I was afraid Chorban would kill me to get the data, so I was hoping you'd take care of him.
This is serious, Jalid. You could spend the rest of your life locked up.
But I can't. What will happen to the data when I'm gone? Who will carry on our research?
It's a bit late to be thinking about that.
But this data could be used to unravel all the secrets of the Keepers. Think what we could learn about the Citadel.
Although I'm mad at this guy, I am very curious about the research itself.
Tell me more about this data.
Well, it's still very preliminary, but our initial scans suggest the Keepers are as old as the Citadel itself. We might learn how the Citadel was built, or why the Keepers always rearrange things. The possibilities are limitless.
Of course, if you have the sufficient charm or intimidate, you can tell him to take back his research to his company. But we don't have that, so that's no big deal.
I can't let your actions go unpunished.
No, please. I'll do anything. I've got credits. Let me go and you can have them. All of them.
What's going on over here? Is this Volus causing you some trouble, Commander?
So this is another way to get Jalid to return his work to this company. Basically, the officer is going to force it, and but the problem with that is that he's going to escort Jalid away, and that we don't want. Plus, we just got offered a bribe. We're so poor that we don't even have enough money for licenses occasionally, so...
Everything's okay, officer. Thanks for asking.
If you say so. I'll be right over here if you change your mind.
Thank you. That was too close.
That's kind of weird that that officer is like making himself available in case we say, I changed my mind, because Jalid disappears no matter what you do here. So it's like, there's no way to do that, but anyway, we want the bribe, so...
Now you can return the favor by filling up my bank account.
Oh, right. There you go. That's just about everything I've got. Thank you for not turning me in. I'll make the most of this second chance, I promise you.
Have a nice day, Jalid.
Commander? Would you be interested in helping me study the Keepers?
What do you need me to do?
Just take this scanner. Every time you see a Keeper, scan it. Whenever you get a unique scan, I'll reimburse you. That's it. Good luck, and so long.
250 credits, which is actually 5 times more than we would have received if we hadn't bribed him. And which makes you really wish, why couldn't Barlavon be the one caught up in this kind of thing? Because if we could get him to say, "Here's, take all my credits," we would, we could just retire. Anyway, so we've said another assignment is complete now. Jalid's set free. Jalid paid you a reasonable fee to keep his secret about his stolen research. He will continue his clandestine study of the Keepers, but will no doubt be more discreet about it from now on. Yeah, no doubt. And he gave us a new assignment. This is unique because normally you pick the assignment up from Chorban. There's 2 ways I've already mentioned to get it, and then he's the one who's kind of in charge of it. But now, since we went this way, it's Jalid that's in charge, and it's he that will be, I guess, returning this data to. So he's discovered a way to scan the Keepers. Citadel authorities do not like people disturbing the insect-like creatures. You offer to help, and he gave you a scanner. Every time you scan a Keeper, the data will be sent to him automatically, and you get paid, and you get XP for that. So we'll be finding all 21, of course. Though not straight away. I'll be using that as kind of a way to top off when it's getting kind of close to leveling up. Hey, Chelik's back. It must have been really no big deal of his bind that he was in, right? Hey, buddy.
Not now.
Maybe he's still busy, it's hard to tell. So we're done with side quests for the moment. And so we can go back on the main storyline, which means we can now follow up on the advice given to us by Harkin. And we have to go to the med clinic to find Garrus. Alright, and yeah, there's going to be some activity in here too, so let's drop a save. Alright, here we go.
I didn't tell anyone, I swear!
That was smart, Doc. Now if Garrus comes around, you stay smart. Keep your mouth shut or we'll... Who are you?
Let her go!
Ah!
Not bad for a guy who's not trained in pistols. Okay, so we just gave Cade an advanced throw, which is going to be really handy because it's not going to take that guy and just throw him straight through the balcony and off the ledge, so he's basically out of the picture now. That guy's super easy because he can't reach you while you're in cover there. And then we have Caden's lift, which if we point it right at the floor, should take up both of these guys. And it does. Very nice.
Negative contacts, Commander.
So one of them went into a puff of green smoke and the other one didn't, so which means this guy must have died from the impact with the ground rather than from one of my bullets. I'm assuming, not sure. Alright, and this will be a chance now to actually mix up the squad for the first time. So I'm going to do a little something right here. No particular reason. Thank you, Ashley. We'll see you again soon. Alright. Garrus.
Perfect timing, Shepard. Gave me a clear shot at that bastard.
So there's a fairly wide gap here in the way you can respond to him. And this is going to be kind of the way it's going to be throughout the rest of the game with him. Anytime you get into a conversation, you have a chance to basically say, yeah, your native renegade self is the way to go here. You're right. Good for you. Or you can basically say, hey, don't be so reckless. There's risk involved here. Calm down. You basically nudge him to be more Paragon. And if you are consistent with that, then he will have a different path at the end of the game, different plan for himself. And it's kind of fun to try both of those paths. But you can also either just stay strictly neutral, or you can flip-flop on him. You can prod him to be more Paragon while at the same time, encouraging his renegade side. And at the end, he will actually end up very confused. So that's unique, although it's not very satisfying. I mean, he basically doesn't have a plan at the end. So I'm going to pick that I'm going to, be more of a thinking that Garrus might be better off being less reckless. So,
what were you thinking? You could have hit the hostage.
There wasn't time to think. I just reacted. I didn't mean to. Dr. Michelle, are you hurt?
No, I'm okay. Thanks to you, all of you.
I know those men threatened you, but if you tell us who they work for, we can protect you.
They work for Feast. They wanted to shut me up, keep me from telling Garrus about the Quarian.
What Quarian?
A few days ago, a Quarian came by my office. She'd been shot, but she wouldn't tell me who did it. I could tell she was scared, probably on the run. She asked me about the Shadow Broker. She wanted to trade information in exchange for a safe place to hide.
Then what?
I put her in contact with Fist. He's an agent for the Shadow Broker.
Not anymore. Now he works for Saren. And the Shadow Broker isn't too happy about it.
Fist betrayed the Shadow Broker? That's stupid, even for him. Saren must have made him quite the offer.
That Quarian must have something Saren wants. Something worth crossing the Shadow Broker to get.
She must have something that proves he's a traitor. Did the Quarian mention anything about Saren or the Geth?
She did. The information she was going to trade. She said it had something to do with the Geth.
She must be able to link Saren to the Geth. There is no way the Council can ignore this.
Time we paid Fist a visit.
This is your show, Shepard. But I want to bring Saren down as much as you do. I'm coming with you.
So even though you can tell him forget it, as the first new alien member to be recruited, there's actually no way to skip recruiting him. So, I mean, we didn't have to come here. We could have, got Rex into that position that I mentioned earlier and recruited him first. And whoever you recruit second, that's the one you can actually say, no, I don't want you on my team. I mean, it's kind of baffling to even think you would want to do that, but I have a couple of Shepards where I've done that just to see what will happen. But, of course, in this playthrough, I'm going to recruit everybody.
You're a Turian. Why do you want to bring him down?
I couldn't find the proof I needed in my investigation, but I knew what was really going on. Saren is a traitor to the Council and a disgrace to my people.
Welcome aboard, Garrus.
You know, we aren't the only ones going after Fist. The Shadow Broker hired a Krogan bounty hunter named Rex to take him out.
Yeah, we saw him in the bar.
A Krogan might come in handy.
Last I heard, he was at the CSEC Academy.
What's he doing there?
Fist accused him of making threats. We brought Rex in for a little talk. If you hurry, you can catch him at the Academy before he leaves.
Move out.
And here's our squad selection screen. Alright, I'm going to pick up Garrus at this point. We'll stay with Caden for now. And we get some nice rewards out of that. And yes, does Garrus look great in Agent 1 armor? The pity is that it is terrible. It has terrible stats on it. Also, if we want, there's a separate side quest you can have with Dr. Michelle a little bit later. But if you want it, you have to actually have her. She has to thank you first for what you did here. So let's do that now.
I never properly thanked you for saving me from Fist's thugs, Commander. I don't know what would have happened if you hadn't been there.
I'm just glad you weren't hurt.
Me too. Now, was there anything you needed?
I'll be going now.
Goodbye, Commander. Nice talking to you.
Okay, so let's first look at the journal here. So yeah, so what Garrus was telling us was that Rex can be found in C-Sec, which is exactly what Barlavon would have told us. And now if we were to go there, we would find him right there. Yeah, you can meet him. You can meet him if you want to speak with him. So yeah, it's optional on the second recruit for some reason. Also an update here. Fist, a former agent of an information dealer known as the Shadow Broker, has arranged a meeting with a quarian who has evidence against Saren. He's hiding out at a bar called Cor's Den in the lower wards, meeting with a quarian who has proof Saren is working with the Geth. He's not just hiding out, he's the owner of the place, so I mean it would be his office. We'd be going to. Also, we just picked up Garrus, which means we can level him up. And I think we have medium armor for him, so let's go ahead and pump that up and get ourselves medium armor right away. Right there. And then I want damping with him. So get that unlocked. And then I want overload with him as well, which just means a lot of points in like first aid, but what can you do? Okay. And since we have now equipped him in medium armor, we can actually put it on him. That sniper rifle's not bad. I'm going to go ahead and put that on him, even though it's not red. And yeah, this is definitely better armor for him. Though, honestly, he looks so much better than that agent, but no. It's just... he just would die. I mean, there's no protection there at all. Oh, and every time you fight this fight, and you come back out, the Destiny Ascension is drifting by the window, which is pretty neat. Also, if you walk this way, there's a codex entry and a couple people talking about it.
Don't kid yourself. It's even bigger than it looks.
How would you know?
I got a tour. One of 500 to see the Ascension from the inside out.
Really?
Took almost 6 hours and we only saw 1/10 of the ship. I even got to meet the commander.
Matriarch Ladanya. You met her?
Well, she addressed everyone on the tour, but I got pretty close to her.
Huh, just look at that ship. You'd have to be stupid to mess with that.
Very true. She's got almost as much firepower as the rest of the Asari fleet combined.
Hopefully, she'll never need to use it.
Such a pity there's so little foreshadowing in this game. Yeah, the amount of firepower that ship has is definitely going to come up again in this game, although I don't know if it's actually mentioned by the game. It'll be definitely mentioned by me at some point. So, yeah. Anyway, we are going to continue on the main story here, which means going down to meet Fist at last. So I'm going to do that in the next episode. I'll drop a save right here. Alright, we'll pick up the story from right here next time.